Hi, welcome to NORMSKITV again. I didn't get to watch the game yesterday, bringing this review really late, so I couldn't really give you an accurate account of the game. I kind of watched a little bit of the second half on my son's phone whilst he streamed it. And to be honest, what I saw the second half, we was just getting really bored. Myself and my son was just getting bored. I mean, he got up after a while. He normally will stick there and watch the game, but he was just getting bored. And from what I saw, we didn't cover ourselves in glory. In general, listening to a lot of the other fan channels with regards to how Arsenal played. From what I understand, the first 20 minutes of the game, we came out well, played really fast football. We pressed them. And then after that, we sort of kind of just petered off. And, you know, after that, that was it. Literally, first 20 minutes, and then didn't see nothing else from them, literally. And it just almost looked like, from what I'm hearing and from what I've seen, that we're just playing for another, or just playing for a draw, just not to be beaten. What I must say, though, is that defensively, to go away to Burnley, we've kept another clean sheet, which is good, but we're just getting far too many draws. It's just getting beyond the joke now. We've drawn 13 games now. We've only won 6 games. Can you believe it? The only two teams that are behind us is Norwich and Watford. In terms of the games, we've won more games than them. I think we're level with, I believe it's possibly Crystal Palace, who's won 6 games as well. We're languishing in 10th place. We had an opportunity to close the gap on Chelsea, who dropped points. Those people down the road, I won't even say their names, they ended up beating Man City yesterday, albeit that Man City were all over them. 3 shots, they end up winning the game 2-0. So here we are. I looked at the team selection, and I was a little bit surprised to see the likes of Guendouzi starting. Also, yeah, Guendouzi starting alongside Xhaka, and he left. He what he did. He left Pepe on the bench. I mean, you're leaving a £72 million player on the bench. I mean, Arteta, mate, why? Why are you doing that? You know, the ideal opportunity was to play Pepe on the right, play Martinelli on the left, and play Aubameyang down the middle. You've ended up putting Martinelli to, and this is the thing, you're trying to accommodate Lacazette, and for me, it's not working. And Lacazette, in all honesty, he's working hard for the team, but he had a guilt chance yesterday, from what I understand. And then even towards the end of the game, he had a chance where he was in the box. Lacazette of old would have turned swivel bang, but for some reason he's just not got his shooting boots on. He's lost his confidence in front of goal. The last time he's scored away from home was exactly a year ago. That's not good. That's just not good. Aubameyang missed, from what I understand, in the first half, he missed a great opportunity to just, I think it was a ball over the top from Louise, I think, or Shaq, I can't remember, it might have been Louise, and hits it straight at the keeper. Do you know what I mean? On another day, he's putting them in. It could be the fact that he's, just coming back off of the 3 game ban, is a little bit rusty. I don't know. But, 31 points. We're more closer to the relegation zone than we are to the top 4. And, Arteta's got his work cut out, because the players that we got, they're just not good enough. And I keep saying it, I keep banging on about it. We need the ball to back Arteta 100%. I'm not going to have a go at Arteta, even though I wasn't happy with his team selection, and I'll come to that. But he's doing the best he can with the team that he's got. that's all I can say. He's doing the best that he can with the team that he's got. And so we just have to just hope again that the board will see this and in the summer, back him. I'm writing this season off. I don't think we're going to get top four. Our only chance of getting back into Europe is and getting into the Champions League is to try and win the Europa Cup. We'll have to see what happens. The two signings weren't even on the bench yesterday. And then you look at like the other teams like Man United, they started Bruno Fernandes. The other guy that scored for Tottenham yesterday, I can't remember his name, the Dutch player. He bangs in the first goal for them, gives them confidence, and they go on and win the game 2-0. So there's a lot that, to contemplate and a lot to really be thinking about. But looking at the team selection, I think Arteta went wrong with that. He should have dropped Lacazette. Ozil, from again, didn't see much from him. The guy hasn't assisted, scored. He just. I mean, I think the Man City goalkeeper. Alisson has got more assists than him. If it's not the Man City goalkeeper, I think the Liverpool goalkeeper, should I say, has got more assists than him. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? This can't keep going on. We're accommodating a player who's squeezing the club of 350 grand a week, and this is what we're getting. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And so it's very difficult to score or give ratings to the players because I didn't really see the whole game, and so I'm not gonna give no player ratings because it is difficult. It is difficult because, as I said, I haven't had time to sit down and watch the whole game. I only saw half of the game. But from what I've heard from the player ratings, it obviously sounds right. That fair in terms of what the likes of Robbie did, and I know Lee Gunner was a little bit more harsh, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, what do we do now? What do we do going forward? Because this is the worst Arsenal side. It's their worst start in 100 years. Mate, how the mighty have fallen. Arteta has got to get these guys. He's got it. He's got the defense strong, but he's now got to get the attack back on track. And we seem to have now lost our balance. Whereas before we was good on the attack, and I say good on the attack, reasonable on the attack. Our defence was atrocious. Now, he's really knuckling down with the defence, and it looks like we've got some sort of structure, and we're not conceding shots as we used to, and we're putting in a pretty much decent defensive performance. The likes of Mustafi, as much as he made that mistake against Chelsea, he has really come good, and from what I understand, he was probably the man of the match. And I think he scored an 8 from the player ratings on AFTV. So I'm not going to score it. I'm not going to score it because I didn't see the game. But going forward, guys, what do you think Arsenal need to do in terms of the summer transfer window? We've got an awful lot of defenders coming back. Who are we going to let go? What's going to happen with the likes of Aubameyang? Are we going to let him run his contract down? And if we do, he can then command what he wants. He can go on a free, or do we, look to sell him, recruit as much money back, and try and find a world-class striker. It's going to be difficult because one, if we're not in Champions League and we're not in Europe, we're not going to attract the elite players. So we have to work tirelessly to try and lock down Aubameyang and try and get him to sign to a new deal. Ozil needs to just pack his bags and go now. You know, he's run his race, he's run his course now, and I don't see him getting any better. And I think Arteta needs to back up what he said, that if you're not cutting it, regardless of you on the training field or on a pitch, why are you still playing him? Why not start off with Willock? Why not start with Ceballos? You know what I mean? He hasn't gone back on. He hasn't gone back to Spain. So you've kept him. He has to work hard. What has he got to do to get in the team? We need some creativity. I'm not really seeing the creativity, and I think the other thing as well, there was discussion around Leno in terms of his distribution and how quick he gets the ball out the back. And I've seen this a lot of times with Leno, and you know you can see Arteta barking from the sidelines, get that ball, move it out quicker. You know, when he does go long, he doesn't reach one of our players. And then when he has the ball, and this is something that irritates me a lot, that when he receives the ball, he waits and for the opposition to then reset themselves. So they'll either come and close down the last man, whether it's the fullback, and then it makes it difficult, and then we feel like we're under pressure. He's got to release the ball quicker and get those attacks or those spring those counter attacks much quicker. And that's for me the only thing that I've got against Elena. Apart from that, you know, he's a good goalkeeper. You know, probably one of the best. You know, probably top three, top four in the league. But he really needs to sort out his distribution and just work quicker. Sometimes he comes across as a little bit arrogant, and I think he just needs to just listen to what Arteta has got to say. Look, there's not much more I can say. As I said, it's a sort of shortish video, but we've got a 2 week break now, winter break. I think the players are going to go off and warm weather training, I believe in Dubai. They just need to just go recharge their batteries. But let's hope we don't have the repeat of last season when they went away for a 2 week break and came back and we absolutely collapsed after that. And, you know, we ended up going on some mad losing streak, you know, losing in the final of the Europa League. And literally, we've continued that in terms of our form. It hasn't really picked up. You know, I know I can see that the style of play has changed. I can see that we're more organised, but we need to start getting the results. And the only way to do that is to start banging the goals. You know, when we come back, or when they come back from the warm weather training, you know, they're going to be, I think our first game, I think it will be at home. And I believe it's against Everton. Or if it's not Everton, Newcastle. Then it's followed by Everton. And then we've got a couple of tough games back-to-back. Liverpool at home, Wolves away. I think Leicester is in there as well. So we need to try and see if we can at least get those 2 games under our belt and try our best to slowly crawl our way back up into a reasonable, you know, position. Let me finish and ask you this question. Would you rather finish out of the Europa League? We're not going to make the Champions League and just get ourselves adjust ourselves for the summer. Come the summer, you know, we have start with a blank sheet. You know, the only games that or competitions that we'll be in will be the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And would it benefit us to be out of Europe? And what would that look like in terms of the sort of players that we would get? Can we attract the players? Can Arteta attract the players? Please leave it in the comments and let me know. But listen, I'm out of here. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll speak to you soon.